Hello anybody who's watching this. Welcome to my reaction to Storymode, Silent Hill 2 Expleened. Nobody asked for this, but I kind of want to know what happens after the first one because I did see the first one. And I was in a recording mood, so I thought why not? So maybe I'll record a couple of these. Maybe all Silent Hills. It's 4 videos. I don't know if I have it in me, but definitely at least 2 should be fine. I don't know. Yeah, again, I have no idea what happens in Silent Hill at all. And I'm recording this. If you want a time frame of my recording, I'm recording this after, I think, He Will Not Divide Us 3 came out, which is about season 4, I believe, from Internet Historian, his third video about the He Will Not Divide Us Shia LaBeouf thing. Yeah. If you wanted to react to something that you want, leave it in the comments below. I might do that, or leave it, or I have a link in the description below, a donation link, through which, if you use that, I'll get to the to recording your video as soon as I can. Sorry, as soon as I can. Yeah, that's about it. Let's do this.
One take, I'm a bit...
Headphones aren't plugged in. Alright, let's do this
One
again.
take, I'm a busy man. We're back in the Silent Hill. James Sunderland has
Is
arrived
it really in
town.
one take?
He's
That's
received a
incredible.
letter from his wife, Mary. That's nice.
Mary, could you really be in this town?
But there's a twist. She's been dead for 3 years. We know that this letter is from her because it has her handwriting. Can't fake that. Mary claims that she is waiting for James in their special place. James thinks that's very odd. What's going on here? He heads down to Silent Hill and...
Wait.
James thinks that's very odd.
Bro, why she wait 3 years? I thought she was dead. Nothing bad happened last time we came here. We came here.
What's going on here? He heads down to Silent Hill in pursuit, but then he realizes that the main road is blocked, so James decides to go on foot. Bad idea. He first arrives at the Silent Hill Cemetery. Here, James meets Angela. James asks her for directions. However, Angela warns him that there is something wrong with the town, and that you must stay away. Never mind that, he says he's going anyway. Now, by the way, it turns out that Angela is also looking for someone. Her mum, and also her dad, and also her brother. Wait, she's the one who's lost. Her family has lost her. James wishes her luck on the search and makes his way towards Silent Hill. When he finally reaches town, he discovers...
I should have asked it in the beginning, but is it the same main character as in the first game? Because there was when he was by the mirror, it was nothing bad happened last time we came here. So I guess assume he was here before, so he's the main character of the I don't know.
That it's not so nice, and there are monsters and such. Still determined to explore the town, he decides to find Rosewater Park, believing that to be the special place of the giant. However, in classic Silent Hill fashion, the road's fucking blocked. Of course it is. So he has to go around to get to Rosewater Park, and that means going through an apartment complex. No city is designed this way. Okay. He tries to find his way through the building, but he encounters a little girl who purposely steps on his hand. Ow. She's a little shit. No time to worry about that,
bitch.
James.
Oh yeah,
you are now
I've
face
seen
to
that
face
before.
with a pyramid head, the strongest of all the polygon-shaped heads. James successfully defeats Pyramid Head and continues searching for a way out of the complex. But instead of finding the road, he
Pyramid
finds
Head
a man
immortal?
called Eddie who's drinking from the toilet. And then he leaves. In a different apartment, James bumps into Angela again. She's lying in front of a mirror with a knife, contemplating killing herself.
Oh.
James convinces
Aim all
Angela
the
to
way.
hand over the knife for her own safety, but in doing so, Angela becomes skittish when James approaches, and she runs away. James leaves the apartment and runs into his old nemesis, the little girl. James is about to give her a stern talking to, but then The little girl says, actually, James, if that is your real name, I know all about Mary, and I know that you never even loved her. Oh my gosh, what a shocking turn of events. And then the little girl makes a run for it. He's come all the way to fucking Silent Hill, and he never remarried, and it's 3 years later, and he's putting his life in danger on a hunch.
Yeah.
Look at all the monsters around him. He's willing to give himself like a 95% likelihood of dying in order to possibly
95 is
see
probably
his wife again,
generous.
who died 3 years ago. That's actually quite devoted. I don't think I'd do
5%
that.
of survival,
James arrives at
wow.
Rosewater Park, and oh my, it's Mary. Except her hair is different, and also her clothes are different, and also
Well,
she's
it's been
acting
3
different,
years.
and also her name is different. It's Maria and not Mary at all. James is at a dead end.
Okay.
Oh, what do I do? This was supposed to be the special place. Turns out that it ain't. Then suddenly he has an idea. The Lakeview Hotel. Of course.
Hey, Vsauce,
The place
Michael
where
here.
we used to do it. Along with Maria, James heads off to the Lakeview Hotel. The pair pass through Pete's Boulderama where they meet up with Eddie again and the little girl again. This is where things turn around, and I think the little girl's actually great. Look at this.
So what'd you do? Robbery? Murder?
Nah, nothing like that.
Huh! You're just a gutless fat.
Anyway, as soon as the little
Okay.
girl sees James, she
Harsh.
books it.
Bye-bye.
Eddie explains that the girl's name is Laura. And then they head outside, and Maria insists that we gotta find Laura. We gotta make sure she's safe. Really? James and Maria see Laura head into the Brookhaven Hospital. While looking for her in the hospital, Maria falls ill and decides to rest in the hospital. James continues looking and soon finds Laura. James goes right in and he says, "Oh, you little shit. My wife's been dead for years. How do you know all this stuff?" So Laura tries to kill him again by locking him in a room with monsters. What the fuck? After James defeats the monsters, the hospital suddenly changes into the dark version. The upside down place from Stranger Things. The Nether from Minecraft. The dark place from Silent Hill. James goes back to see Maria, only to find that she's missing. Oh, for God's sake, Scooby-Doo and the gang, you gotta stop splitting up. Just walk together in a big group, nothing bad ever happens. He later finds her in the basement, and she's mad. She claims that James abandoned her and doesn't care whether she lives or dies. You don't even care. After this tiff, they continue to look for Laura, despite the fact it's like 3 times she tried to murder James. Never mind that. Oh my God,
Pyramid
it's
Head again.
Pyramid Head, he's back. Oh no,
What's
they're
the
gonna
pyramid?
look at him at just the right angle and try to use him to measure how long the seasons will be. It's an Egyptian reference. Alright,
Yeah,
they try
I
to
got
escape
it.
through an elevator, but the elevator doors jam. Oh no! And Maria is killed. No! Oh, Maria's death
Oh, well.
makes James sad.
Oh, no.
He decides that he needs
Anyway.
to focus on fighting Mary, though. Everyone else is kind of getting in the way, to be honest. In order to get to the Lakeview Hotel, James needs to get a rowboat from the marina. And it turns out the only way to get to the marina is by going through the Silent Hill Historical Society.
Okay.
Society.
We'll leave in
Alright, so
society.
it turns out that the Historical Society is built atop a Toluca prison. James throws all
Isn't it a
caution to the
laugh?
wind, as he does for the entire game, pretty much, and jumps down a big black hole. No discernible bottom. He dies. Silent Hill 3, next week. No,
Okay.
he ends up in a series of labyrinths within the prison.
That would've
Within
been
the
a twist.
labyrinth, James miraculously finds Maria alive and locked in a cell. However, Maria talks strangely of memories shared between only James and Mary. How could she have known? Then she talks of a videotape that he and Mary made during their last visit to Silent Hill.
Oh.
Oh no. James attempts to free Maria from the cell, but once on the other side of the bars, he finds... Oh shit, that's actually a good twist. Maria's corpse on the bed. She was dead in it. Let me submit that creepypasta to No Sleep on Reddit. Exploring the labyrinth more, James finds a newspaper clipping. Angela had murdered her alcoholic father and brother, both of whom had... I'm not saying that. They got the Harvey Weinstein treatment. The mother did nothing to help or actively abetted the thing. James then finds Angela in a different cell. "I must help to save you from
What
this
is that?
monstrous, grotesque representation of your father's badness." Afterwards,
Oh.
Angela expresses her distrust in men in general, including James. Fair cop. Before fleeing, Angela calls James a liar who didn't want Mary around anymore. Yes, that makes perfect sense. That's why he's risking life and limb. Towards the end of the labyrinth is a reunion with another old friend.
Eddie.
Except he has gone absolutely bananas, and now he is holding a gun. There's another dead body in the vicinity of Eddie. Eddie tells James that one time he shot a dog that was belonging to one of his high school bullies.
What an
And
ass.
then he shot that bully in his other favorite pet, his leg. Eddie claims that he's willing to kill another leg if someone laughs at him. So, James says
Okay.
to Eddie,
Eddie, have you gone nuts?
"Get up, dude." Eddie attacks James, and James kills Eddie in self-defense. And then James is sad again. James takes another look at the letter from Mary, only to
Stationery.
find a plot twist. It's blank. Did the letter not exist? What's going on? So,
Indeed.
James finally makes it to the marina and rows his way out to the Lakeview Hotel.
so
James finds
just
Laura
no
in the
texture.
hotel's restaurant. Laura gives James an actual letter by Mary. Ah, of course, you must have swapped them. The letter is from Mary to Laura. Third plot twist. Bet you didn't see that coming. Indicating that
Laura
they
is
met in a
3 years
hospital
old,
last year,
is she?
and Mary plans to adopt Laura.
Oh.
This confirms that Laura
Yeah.
did in fact know Mary. Dun dun dun. James heads to room 312, the room where he and Mary had stayed in their previous trip. Here he watches the video. Oh god, okay, close the door.
Yeah.
He watches the
Lock
video
it.
back. Fourth plot twist. It shows that James killed Mary with his own bare hands. He could not bear to see her suffer an illness any longer. James sits in
Okay.
shock for a moment. Then Laura waltzes in and asks if they can leave Silent Hill already. James chooses to tell Mary the truth. "I killed me wife." And the 8-year-old goes, "I hate you," as you would, and she storms off.
Right.
And then the radio starts to sound. It's Mary, and she's asking James, "Come find me." James
Okay.
explores the rest of the hotel. As he walks down the long hallway, we hear a fight between James and Mary. He finds Angela on the staircase. The staircase is on fire, and
Yeah,
either
everything is
side
on
of
fire.
Angela are 2 corpses, stitched into a frame. It's her father and her brother. Angela
Okay.
asks James for her knife back.
What happened to
James
the
says
mom?
no, and also that it's hot as hell. To which Angela replies, "For me, it's always like this." Ugh. And then Angela walks up the
Oh.
burning staircase and disappears amongst flames. Down in the lobby,
Yeah.
James finds Maria. She's alive again. Another twist.
What?
Oh wait, she's dead again. Another
What?
twist. Then James fights 2 pyramid heads.
Uh-huh.
And then in the middle of the fight, he realizes that the monsters have been created to punish James for his signs. Once he realizes this, the pyramid heads just stop. Job done. And you may not have the delicious mummy inside. On the roof of the
Oh
hotel,
no.
James finally sees Mary. Oh my god. But then, another plot twist.
Oh, but
She
pyramid head.
turns into a monster that James must fight. And then, that's the end. But, there are 1 of 5 possible endings.
Oh.
Is
it the dog ending here?
Right. Ending 1. Upon the monster's defeat, James is granted a final meeting with the real Mary. Mary gives James a real letter, and he reads it. Then he leaves Silent Hill with Laura. Ending 2. Mary turns into a monster, and once defeated, James gets to meet with the real Mary, who tells him that he has suffered enough for her murder, and gives him a letter. Mary
Wait.
then has a coughing fit and dies as James holds her hand.
Okay.
James decides that he is unable to live without Mary, and realizes that he came to Silent Hill in the first place to commit self-dying.
Oh.
James then drives himself to the lake with Mary's corpse. James then drowns himself. Number 3.
What about
the
Laura?
rooftop monster refuses to forgive James for Mary's murder.
I'm gonna have to say no right now.
Once James defeats the monster, he heads back to Rosewater Park. Maria is there, and she is inexplicably alive. James then leaves town with Mary, deciding to start a life together. But as they leave, Maria suffers a coughing fit, implying that she has the same illness that Mary had. Number 4.
Uh-huh.
If the player goes off course during the second gameplay, James can discover a rebirthing ritual at the center of the lake. James kills Maria, and it ends with a shot of James on a rowboat.
Now we can believe that it's
Stupid ending, when it just floats
one,
around.
one
Right.
take.
And number 5, the true ending. James finds a dog
Yes.
bone-shaped key and is able to enter a locked room. In the control room, there's a dog. The dog that Eddie admitted to shooting because of the bully.
Do not bully.
James finds that the dog was the puppet master of the whole thing.
Keep the secret, but also subscribe. I am subscribed. I think.
One take.
Am I wrong about that? No, I'm not. Good. Okay. I don't get it. So everything was fine except for the Maria part. that, oh look, it's Maria. Oh look, she's dead. Oh look, she's alive. Oh look, she's dead. Oh look, she's alive. Oh look, she's dead. What the fuck? Why? That's not really explained, at least not really explained. But yeah, I can believe that this is done in one take because of the fuck ups in the end. Because Mary and Maria are very similar names. So saying them wrong back and forth. Okay. And if it's all in one take, that is truly professionalism. Looking for me, wife. Right, wife. Wife fight back, kill wife. Be said about wife. I probably should have ended the video at this point. Alright. Thanks anybody who watched this. I hope to see you next time, and goodbye. Have a great life. Because one of us has to. I feel like I said it wrong. Bye.